Hey, 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 it is an unstoppable day. Welcome to the 21 Days of Gratitude on the Unstoppable Story Show, where we talk to ordinary people with unstoppable stories. I'm your host, Dr. Terrence Leftridge. Glad to have your face in the place again as we talk about that one thing leading up to Thanksgiving, which is what are you grateful for? We are presenting an attitude of gratitude on the Unstoppable Story Show. So, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are watching us live or via the replay. We're so grateful to have you here. I started this many years ago around Thanksgiving because I felt like there was a lot of negativity in the world. There's a lot of things that we don't have that we tend to focus on. There's a lot of things we haven't done that we tend to focus on. There's a lot of places we haven't been that we tend to focus on, that we lose the opportunity to really focus on the things that we still have, the places we've already been, and the things we've already done. So, hopefully, over the next 21 days, you will create a habit in your own life by watching the Unstoppable Story Show, and that it will stick and stay with you. And each and every day, you'll find a way to have an attitude of gratitude. Now, like I've said, each of these days I may come on and tell you what I'm grateful for. Like today, I'm grateful for you that are showing up, that are watching. But I'll love to bring friends onto the show. I love to bring colleagues onto the show. I love to bring partners onto the show who also can share their gratitude story. Because you may not resonate with what I'm grateful for, but you may resonate with what somebody else is grateful for. And tonight isn't like none other. I had the opportunity to meet this friend just within the past year at one of our Becoming the Better You events. If you guys don't know, I'm the COO of Becoming the Better You, a phenomenal nonprofit based in Kansas, where we help people become a better version of themselves. And if we can help you do it, then we help ourselves do it as well. And I met this young lady, this really firecracker in a quiet package. That's what I like to call her, because she was, when I met her at the conference, she was just surveying the room. She was taking it all in. She wasn't stepping out. She wasn't putting herself out there, but you could tell that there was a spirit inside of her. And when I got my opportunity to introduce myself to her, we had the opportunity to talk. It's like we instantly bonded with our spirits, her spirit to my spirit. And that's what I'm grateful for. I'm grateful that we are able to meet people and then we don't just connect on a physical level. We don't just connect on a simplistic level, but when you connect on a deep spiritual level, then you know you've made a true connection. And we've been in contact with each other ever since. She is a wonderful human being. She believes in spirit. She believes in really looking at the inside, not just the outside. And that what makes her beautiful inside and out. I want to welcome to the stage my good friend, Natasha Brown. Hey,
Oh,
Natasha.
wow, Terrence, Dr. Terrence, a firecracker. You've explained me very well, very well.
Oh,
Everything is
okay.
gratitude and connected in spirit. That's so true.
Well, you know what? I am glad that you have taken time out to come share your gratitude story on the 21 Days of Gratitude. But before we jump right into it, I always believe my guests can say who they are way better than I can. So take about 30 seconds and introduce yourself to the Unstoppable family.
Hi, everybody. My name is Natasha Brown, and I would just say I am someone who really cares about people and wanting people to just be free and know who they are in themselves, in God, the higher power. And so I'm a vessel for the Most High, and I'll do pretty much just about anything to help people discover who they really are. And I'm just on this journey called life, and um, human like everybody else.
I love it. So, Natasha, where are you joining us from this wonderful day?
Omaha, Nebraska.
Omaha, Nebraska. Wow. How
Yeah.
there?
The phone cut out. What'd you say?
I said, how's the weather out there?
Actually, I don't know what Mother Nature's doing, but it's been nice. My flowers are still alive. And I'm in the Midwest, so that should not be a thing. But it's been 60s, 70s. So I'm not complaining. So yeah, it's been really nice actually.
Well, that must be a testament to your connection with the higher powers that you're actually controlling the weather out there. So
Hey,
good.
the sun is shining and I'm all for it.
Well, that's great. So, tell us a little bit about your journey towards gratitude.
Um, Okay, I know we don't have all night, so I better sum this up pretty quick. I don't think I really understood gratitude fully before um 8, 9 years ago. I mean, I think I always had a grateful heart in general, but I grew up probably better than a lot. So money was never an issue growing up. And so things like water running and groceries and vacations and braces for my teeth, all that was normal. Like those were normal things. I really didn't go without. And so it wasn't until about 8 years ago where I had some chronic pain that really like took me down, right? So I ended up going out of work on disability, and that was my foundation. So I lost my foundation. And then from there, I really kind of lost my mind. I'm not going to lie. And so I really lost who I was. And so God took me down to my studs. And so that means the money went, whatever confidence I had went, whatever foundation and direction I thought I was going, all that shattered. And so that's when gratitude really started kicking in. I really started realizing what was important. If you don't have your mental health, you have nothing. And so when I didn't have my mental health, I didn't care about my diamonds, my gold, my this, my that, how much money I had invested and saved because I wasn't working. So it was all going bye bye anyways. And so it really just put things into perspective about just mental health and my relationship and faith in God is
Wow.
really it. And not just saying I have faith. I got put to the test and I've been
Wow.
yeah, and
Yeah.
so yeah.
So you mentioned that it probably was for you very real. You lost everything, but the words you said, it felt like you lost everything. And Natasha, usually when someone's at that point where they feel like they've lost everything, gratitude is the farthest thing for their mind. So, what sparked the gratitude in you at the lowest point of what many people would say the lowest point of your life?
It wasn't right away, I'm talking over 8 years, and so probably 3 or 4 years was real dark.
Okay.
There was no light. I was in physical therapy for a year and a half. I was in group therapy. I was going to therapy 3 days a week. I had two therapists. So even though I was in a dark place, something inside of me is like, and God had told me during this time when it was all starting, like, you need to go through this. But he started revealing what was going to happen on the other side. And so I knew, my higher self knew, I had to go through this. It was like boot camp. And so even though it was dark for about 3 or 4 years, after that I really started working on my mind. And so reading books there, I wasn't going to therapy those first 3 or 4 years, but just therapy and just really digging in. I had that victim time of why me, the anger, the rage. And then I really just started diving into like learning, growing, healing, releasing what doesn't serve me. What is the truth? What's a lie? What voices am I listening to that does not align me with God? I mean, I just really, and then, oh, I'm getting the chills. And so from there, the last 4 years almost have just been pretty much like just building my mind, building my confidence, building my self esteem. Just, yeah.
I love it. I love it. Natasha, would you say there was one defining moment? This is what I tell people that in my life, I had a defining moment that led to an unstoppable decision. Was there a defining moment when you were down there in the valley of your own personal darkness where the light bulb came on and you decided to stop wallowing in the darkness but start looking for the light and start those gratitude techniques?
I I don't know if it was one moment. I just feel like with most thing it was layers. You know what I mean? Like not to say I
Okay.
didn't have aha moments. I just felt it was so many. It was like that small voice and then got louder and louder and then people confirming and then affirmations. It just really happened over time. I couldn't say it was a one time.
Okay. Do you feel like you put yourself in a position that you started attracting those things to you?
Oh, yes, because it starts on the inside. There's this, I'm getting full body chills right now thinking of it. It's something on the inside that it's just like this burning desire. I never had anything that set my soul on fire. I knew working in the corporate world and things like that, where it's like, I don't care about the money, I don't care about these titles, but I always knew almost subconsciously there was something deeper. There was something purposeful that I wanted, but I had no idea. And I knew that years ago, but I didn't know what that was.
Okay.
So it was just like this burning desire that just started getting stronger and stronger and stronger until it couldn't be ignored.
So let me ask you this, as we're hanging out with Natasha Brown here on the 21 Days of Gratitude on the Unstoppable Story Show, sometimes we have to, God, I say you got shut down into this darkness. And but then you also said the voice started getting louder. So would you say that was your experience that he shut you down in order to get your attention?
Oh yeah, he shut me down. I mean, yeah, that was very clear. Really, it was the chronic pain because for work, it was the back, it was my neck, it was my arm going numb, and I was typing. So it got to the point where I worked with that pain for 3 months. And I remember it was Sunday, June 17th, 2017, and my body was
Wow.
like, "We're done."
Mm.
And my mind's still going, right? My mind is still growing, and I won't get into trauma and generational and all that stuff, but it was like all that was tied into the physical, but my body was physically saying, Natasha, we cannot continue like this. And so that I feel like that was God because there was no other way to stop me. I'm like, you can say hard headed. I'm, I'm determined. And so I was determined to work with a numb arm and all the pain, and so yeah, that was God saying, we're done. But I didn't stop there, because physically I was still fighting. Mentally, my nervous system was still fighting. And so those next 3 4 years, that's when my mental health started going because I wasn't releasing control and trusting God. I didn't have control over the situation. I'm like, what is this pain? I'm only 31 years old. What about the money? What about health insurance? What about da 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 da? And it was like slowly God had to stop me because I didn't just I wouldn't stop, even not working. It was like he needed me to just stop, relax. He needed my nervous system to calm down. And I fought hard even then.
You fought hard to resist it, or you fought hard to start doing what God wanted you to do.
Like I didn't know what he wanted me to do.
Okay.
He wanted me to rest. But that's
Okay.
not what 31-year-olds do. You have to go to work, you have to make a living. You can't be
Mm-hmm.
lazy, you can't do this. So I was listening to outside voices and what I was programmed, right? You go to work, you go to school, you do da da da. And God was like, I didn't realize that was the process where God was going to start breaking down all the things of what he no longer wanted from me, of what we're taught is the right way. And I
Wow.
didn't understand that back then.
Shannon Morrissey is totally relating to your story right now. She says, I can totally relate. Your mental definitely is tied to your physical. And you're
Very
saying that
much.
he had to physically stop you to get your mental attention. And you're saying that you're grateful, and thank you for the comment, Sharon. Shannon, you are saying that you're grateful for the mental health. Natasha, many people look at the words mental health in a negative connotation, but you sound like it's something that you are glad that you have. So, how do you look at it, your mental health, in such a positive manner?
Wow. We are we are beautiful human beings. And sorry for the men, if you don't like the word beautiful, we're powerful. We have individual fingerprints that no one else has our fingerprint. We are beautifully and wonderfully made. But we don't usually know that. Whether life has broke us down, how we were raised, environmental, most of us don't live optimistically thinking better is coming. We usually, not saying everybody, but we'll look at the glass as half full. I look at it like it's overflowing now, right? But I
Overflowing.
had to
Okay.
train my mind to start to stop looking at my current situation, because how it's been looking over the last 8 years, my current situation was not looking very good. But my energy and my attitude and my mind started becoming so strong that I'm now manifesting what I want for the future, and I'm energetically living as if I already have it. So that's how powerful our minds are. And we don't understand how powerful our minds are. If I say I can't do it, then I can't do it. If I say I can do that and beyond, there is something with that. Even if you're not there and beyond yet, there is something when you say that and then you start to believe it. And so your mind is like your engine. Your mind
Yeah,
is like it is without that, and to have a sound mind,
it's
peaceful
the
mind,
catalyst.
like it's
Yeah.
everything.
I've often heard said that wherever you are in life, your mind got there first. And I
Yeah,
love how you said you're manifesting for the future, but you're energetically living for the now. You're already living like it's already been manifested. And that is a powerful thing. And that's definitely something to be grateful for. Grateful to have the mental capacity to see beyond what your current situation is and to really get excited about the possibilities as opposed to just being dropped down and beat down by the current circumstances. You know, the
yeah,
greatest book ever written said, "This too shall pass." But many
yeah,
times we get stuck in where we are, not recognizing that if we just keep focusing on what's coming, focusing on what's still available, focusing on what you're still able to do, then where you are, this will pass, and it gets greater later.
yeah.
Would you say that's been what the last 4 years have been for you?
Most definitely. And also to not we limit ourselves and we put limits on the universe and God, to take those limits off. Our lenses, we have to work on our perspective and change our lenses. It gets really good. So it's like, don't lose hope and don't view with the lenses of how my situation and how the world looks now. No, you got to change the lens. You got to change the lens and change your perspective and get excited and dream dream unbelievable dreams, because if you believe it, God will conspire to make it happen, but it starts with you.
Love it. You know what? Just because you said that, I'm gonna change my lens. I got to look a little
Look
bit
at
different.
you. Look at you.
So listen, Natasha, we already know you've blessed somebody on this call, but there's somebody else that is probably going to want to connect with you and continue to live through your manifestation. They want to take some of your belief until they can build up their own belief. How can they get in contact with you to have a deeper conversation?
So I'm not like doing coaching or anything right now because I'm still building me up, but I post daily on my Instagram, natasha.b, like bravo, .165. And then Natasha Brown on Facebook. If you can't find me, try typing in Omaha, like where I live, Omaha, Nebraska. And then I also have a YouTube page. I'll start posting over there eventually more as I'm divinely guided, but that is called Natasha Divine Guidist 777.
And what does it mean to you when you say divine guidist?
Well, I am a divine being of the Most High, and everything I do is out of a pure heart and pure intentions. And if I'm not connected to divine, then there's a disconnect, and that's not going to work. And so that is meaningful to me. And a guide is more like, you can say a coach, but as I'm being guided in this world, I am also guiding others. And so it's less of like the term coach and just more of a guide, like guiding someone. I'm not telling you what to do, I'm living it. So I'm living it, I'm being that example, and I'm guiding along the way, whether I know you're watching me or not. And
Okay.
777 is just, I don't know, it's just a number that I love, that I
Well,
resonate with. That's
well,
lucky
you know what
too.
the number seven
Lucky,
stands for,
blessed.
right?
Huh?
You know what the number seven stands for, right?
Tell me. I feel like it's
Completion.
God's favorite number.
It stands for completion. So
Mm.
you've completed it three times and going. So I love how you brought that divine guidance, because sometimes, just like GPS, if you don't know where you're going, then they can't help you get there. But if you know where you want to go, the GPS can guide you along the way. So
That's good.
if someone is looking to be divinely guided on their path to moving away from darkness into the light, where their mental health isn't something negative, but something to be excited about, then you
Yeah.
need to check out my friend Natasha. Check her out on
Check
Facebook.
me out,
Check her
y'all.
out on IG at Natasha B165, and check her out on her YouTube, Natasha Divine Guidance 777. You know, Natasha, I am so grateful that God connected us for that
Yeah.
brief period of time, and then we've been able to nurture that seed that was created. And I want to tell you, like I told you then, when you told me you were coming out of the valley then, and I told you then, thank God you don't look like what you've been through.
Who are you telling? Who are
And
you telling?
the glow is even more than the last time I saw you. So whatever
Thank
you're doing,
you.
you keep doing, and whoever you're connected to, which is the Most High, stay connected. I'm grateful that you came on the show. Happy Thanksgiving to you and your family. And I'm gonna let you give the final word to anything you want to say about gratitude this day.
Honestly, I'm grateful for you, and I'm grateful that you connected with me that day and just spoke life into me. I think we were talking about the caterpillar and the butterfly. Uh,
Hmm.
and so I'm just grateful for you. I'm grateful that you are following your calling, and that you have this show, and that you're helping the people that you're helping. You're you're living your purpose and your mission, and it's just getting started. And I'm happy to be a part of that. And just let's go out and be who we are and help who we can and make this world a better place, because it will get better.
I love it. I love it. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Natasha Brown, Omaha's finest, Divine Guidance 777 on YouTube. Check her out. And we're so grateful that you came and hung out with us on the 21 Days of Gratitude. Well, you guys, that is a wrap for this episode for the 21 Days of Gratitude on the Unstoppable Story Show. You know, if you want to be a guest and share your gratitude story, just like Natasha did, there's two ways. Right above on the left hand corner, you can go ahead and click that QR code, and it's going to take you right to my page. Go ahead, sign up. Let's get all that great information that you have on my page, and then let me know what your gratitude story is. Or if you just don't feel like pulling out your phone right now, here's the link right there. Want to share your gratitude story? Go ahead and click on that link, send me a message, and who knows, you might be the next guest on the Unstoppable Story Show 21 Days of Gratitude. But for right now, that's a wrap. And wherever you are in the world today, you know what I say. Don't just make it a great day, but just like Natasha and I, have an attitude of gratitude, and make it an unstoppable day. Take care, family.